we're back, guys.
Hi. Late and legit.
My name is Kato.
My name is Ketta.
Yeah, we are cousins, basically, and we do book stuff. We are bookish cousins.
Are you open-minded? We are doing a book tag, something about mid-year freakout tag. I don't know why we're freaking out, but we are.
How many books have you read so far? Do you remember?
I don't, but I can check. One moment, please. Oh, 19 apparently. That's
cool.
Bad. I'm 6 books behind.
I'm like on my 23rd book, but like one of them is kind of very short story, so I don't know if I can count it in.
You
so like
can.
22-ish.
Should we get into the tag?
Yes, best book you ever read so far. I don't think I've ever read like one that stands out for me, because like I don't know. I've read a lot of like good books this year, so I don't know if someone stands out, but like I would say No Longer Human. It kind of sounds a bit pretentious. Kind of like when I'm feeling like not very good, I remember that I don't want to be like that man in that
You
book.
remember that worse people exist?
Yeah. For example, like Captive Prince trilogy was also like really impactful because there's a lot of like good characters in it, so that as well.
I have 2 books actually, and both of them are thrillers, which is interesting. Either Saving Noah by Lucinda Berry or The Only One Left by Riley Sager. With Saving Noah, it's very interesting because Lucinda Berry was a therapist or a psychiatrist, something like that. She understands like human like psychology and like
that's cool.
Everything. So it's very interesting to read her books. I read A Perfect Child before. I don't remember my exact thoughts about that, but Saving Noah is basically about a pet. Yeah, it sounds so wrong, and it is. The whole book is just like fucked up, but also going into like the psychology, it's fucked up, but also interesting. If you don't want that level of, something a bit lighter kind of, but still a thriller and still like a 5-star, The Only One Left is really good because there's a twist after twist after twist, and it's like it's really good. And his writing style is also like very easy to read and it's very engaging, so go for that if you don't want that mess of Saving Noah.
Best sequel you ever read so far. So as I mentioned, like I love the Captive Prince trilogy. Like the first book kind of sucks. The second and third is considered sequel, right? So that's the best ones I've ever read. Like it's like with each book it gets better and better. I really recommend it if after the first book.
So the best sequel that I've read is Nightbane from Lightlark. The plot twist in the end, hello, it was really good.
New releases you have not read yet but want to. I forgot about the question. You go first.
Okay, I want to read Sunrise on the Reaping because it's a new release and I haven't read that and I really want to read that. She has read it, as you can see.
I actually don't have book for this question. The books that I'm like waiting for this year are coming later, and the books that I've already released was like Onyx Storm that I was waiting for and Sunrise on the Reaping, and I already read both of them. Most anticipated release for the rest of the year. First one is Alchemized by Senlin Yu. It was like originally a fanfiction of like Draco and Hermione.
Okay.
Draco, we have Draco here.
Hello.
I'm not big fan of like Hermione and Draco as a ship, so I have not read the fanfiction itself, but like a lot of people really like that one, even the ones who who don't read fanfiction at all or don't like the ship itself. So I feel like it's really good. So when I heard that it will be published soon, so it got on my list. It's coming out in September, I believe. So, and the second one is actually a sequel for Bunny by Mona Odd. First book is really like great, and it doesn't really need a sequel, but I'm like excited to see like how will it go. It's called We Love You, Bunny.
For me, it's Not Quite Dead Yet by, I think it's Holly Jackson. I forgot to write the author. I'm pretty sure it's Holly Jackson.
The next question is biggest disappointment of this year so
We
far.
both have the same book.
You have Onyx Storm?
Yeah.
I was so excited to read this one and I was so disappointed. I also like didn't like Cult Classic. The one like those two books I didn't like, but with Cult Classic I didn't have any expectations, but with Onyx Storm I did. And I was disappointed.
Onyx Storm was,
I don't think it's even considered like the whole like book. It's like a novella. Biggest surprise of the year so far. What's yours?
Oh, Lightlark. Because again, there were like so many mixed reviews about Lightlark that I don't know. I kind of went into Lightlark to expect absolute worst. Maybe that's why. I don't know. But Lightlark is like genuinely really good.
Mine was the first time colored by
Did you
PK
finish it?
Burst. Yes, actually, like today. I'm not a big romance reader, so it was surprising that I liked this one because I don't know, it was so like wholesome,
Oh,
and it kind of make me feel like the song My Only Exception Makes Me Feel by Paramore, and it's my favorite love song, so it's very wholesome. I don't know, I just like the vibe. It's very like simple love story. I do like enjoy reading romance in like fantasy books, but it's very like out of reach because it's in like
yeah,
fantasy world. This was very like reachable in a sense and very like,
attainable.
yes, very like in this world. The next question is newest favorite author, debut or new to you?
My favorite author is definitely not new, and I've read her book before. I've mentioned Lucinda Berry because again, it's like very interesting to read her books because like she goes deep into like the psychology of the most fucked up people ever, and it's just like interesting to read.
Well, I'm more of a like book reader than author reader. I feel like I did enjoy like Riley Sager's book that we read,
Hmm.
only one left, and I feel like it's like he's not my favorite author, but like I want to like dive into his work more. Newest fictional crush.
Grim from Night. Not Nightbane, like Lark, because he's a shadow daddy. Is he a shadow daddy? He's a shadow
We
daddy,
love Shadow Daddies here.
and
We
it's like
do.
very morally gray character. It's
We love Shadow
very
Daddies.
clearly, and I love that. So,
I don't like have that crush like obsessive thing that I had with Recent, for example, or
oh yeah, I did
uh,
not have that with him
but
either.
I started reading Throne of Glass series, and Dorian is kind of like has potential to become my crush, you know.
Okay,
The next question is newest favorite character.
Broccoli the cat from Fourth Onyx Storm.
Oh my god, yes! I forgot about him. Definitely.
There was like a random moment in Onyx Storm, and it was the best moment. There was a cat. They adopted a cat and named him Broccoli.
Oh, there's a like dog character in the Throne of Glass. I would say him. Book that made you cry.
I wrote none because I don't
You
know.
haven't cried yet
No,
this year of bad books.
no. Have you?
Yes, of course. I am a big crier when it comes to books and like movies. Sunrise on the Reaping. I think I cried there most. I
See, I
think
kind
I
of want to
told
read
you
that.
like
Oh
I'm
yeah,
not
you
even
did.
like 100 pages in,
Oh
and
yeah.
I'm like crying through it third time.
Let's see. I'm gonna read that and let's see
I
if this
don't
guy's
think you
gonna
will
make me
cry
cry.
though. A book that made you happy.
To all the boys that I've loved before because it was
Uh-huh.
it's so cute, and I was reading that when I was in Vienna, and it was just like the vibes were there. It was really cute.
It was, I would say, like first time color because it was so
Oh yeah.
wholesome. The next one is most beautiful book you ever bought or received this year.
Listen, I really don't have any physical books. The only physical book that I think I have bought this year is The Night Circus. It's
And they're all the boys out.
and the old told and the cover of that is really shitty. So I'm gonna choose The Night Circus, and if we're talking about Kindle books, I'm gonna go with Onyx Storm.
I'm also like don't have any. Like I don't think I ever bought this year physical books. I bought only like the
Atlas
Oliver
Six is
Blake's Atlas 6. It's really good, great cover, but I don't think it's like the best. But if we go with like Kindle covers, I would say cult classic, even though the book was disappointing in a
oh
way.
yeah, Onyx Storm was pretty disappointing too, but the cover slaps.
The cover slaps. The next one is what books do you need to read before the end of the year? I wrote like what genre I want to like get into.
I just wrote fantasy because I didn't. I am out of the fantasy world recently.
Throne of Glass. You have to read Throne of Glass
I
with
wrote
me.
Throne of Glass and Priory of the Orange Tree and One Dark Window, and I want to go get into more contemporary like books because there is something about those books that I just don't get, and I want to get it. So,
Yeah.
I'm just like so lost and confused, and I don't want to be there. I wanna read something and be like, oh my god, this book is so profound, it changed my life, but no, I have to read about dragons.
It changes our life though. That's all that matters.
Honestly, yeah, kinda.
Like as I mentioned, the books that I'm waiting for release, I want to read them, and also the genre I want to get into is kind of like romance. Thank you for watching and listening to us rant basically about books.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Subscribe because we do talk about a lot of about books again.
Yeah,
Books.
that's all we do, clearly.
See you in the next video, I guess.
Bye.
Bye.